Bonnie has worked for the last 16 consecutive days without a day off. So today, she's taking the day off. Are you ready to start Bonnie Bueller's day off?
Let my Bonnie go.
Bonnie Bueller's day off can't start quite just yet. Have to run a quick errand at the county courthouse for her boss. Court documents have been filed. Now Bonnie Bueller's day off can officially begin at the flea market. 5 out of 5. Thanks a lot.
How much is the paint?
The elbow, the breast, and the
It looks
skirt
textured,
are-
yeah.
They're 3D.
Yeah, it's textured.
And what's classic, this is how I bought it. It's done on like some sort of like particle board.
It was painted straight on somebody's wall.
It looks like it's like
It's wood paneling. That's exactly what it is.
like a mobile home.
Yeah.
It's wood
Yeah.
paneling,
Out
yeah.
of state like 27 years ago.
Oh my god,
It's
I
always
love
a
her.
conversation piece.
So, 1997 she bought this?
Why would you get rid of her?
I don't know. That concludes the flea market portion of Bonnie Bueller's day off. I got this tray that I've wanted for years.
I almost had a black eye.
Bonnie got a naked lady painting. She
3D.
passed up several others. And what else? Oh, and I got 5 cassette tapes from a woman that I wish I hadn't bought them from because she was not attentive to her booth. This is Main Street in Ventura. It's about a mile and a half of thrift stores, antique shops, and restaurants. The food portion of Bonnie Bueller's day off has begun, or it will shortly when we get our food. The cocktail hour of Bonnie Bueller's day off has begun, for sure. I try to never leave home without a copious supply of water. I don't like Swiss Army knives because you can't use them with one hand. Kind of a disappointing beach day. There's a fat guy in a hat staring at us.
He's smiling because I think he might have heard
He's staring at us. There's no day off, even for Bonnie Bueller. Way back in July of 2003, Bonnie and I were moving from one town to another. And while I was driving the U-Haul from our new place back to our old place to reload, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere came on the radio. It had been out for probably a month and a half at that time, and I had heard it dozens of times. But this time, when I heard it in the U-Haul, I heard the line, "I ain't had a day off now in over a year," and it was like a lightning bolt. It hit me. I literally hadn't had a day off in over a year. In fact, I hadn't had a day off in close to 2 years. It was roughly 21 months since I had had my last day off. And the reason for that was lots of reasons, actually. The main one was that I had a paper route, a 7-day-a-week paper route. I would get up every day at 1:30 in the morning, go deliver my newspapers, go straight from my route to a private school where I was the janitor. I would clean the school, the whole school, before school started, and then spend the rest of the day doing maintenance and other things. On the weekends, I DJ'd, and I also did other odd jobs. I had an eBay store back then. So there was no days off. We couldn't just take a weekend off and go someplace because I always had to be back at work at some point during the day. So we did a lot of stupid shit back then. My sister and her boyfriend brought his little brother and sister down to California to go to Disneyland. So we went to Disneyland with them, but I couldn't get anyone to cover my paper route. That was a huge part of the problem. I could get subs to do my paper route, but they all wanted more money than the route paid, and the whole point of the paper route was because I needed money, so shelling out more money than I was making was not a good business decision. So I drove down there with Bonnie and the baby, hung out until everyone went to bed, drove back up to Ventura, did my paper route, went to the school, cleaned the school before it started, and drove back to Anaheim in time to meet everyone for breakfast. And then I was a zombie walking around Disneyland all day, and then went home, crashed, got up, started the day over again. It was crazy, stupid, miserable times. And I don't regret any of it because that's what you had to do. You know, when you're in a situation like that, you have to do whatever you can to keep your sanity because it's an untenable situation. If you just keep going without a break like that, you'll go crazy or you'll just burn out and give up. So it's important to take time whenever you can, however you can. Like today, going to the beach. Yes, she has to work, but she's working at the beach. So it's something. It's better than just trudging through the day in an office making yourself crazy. Of course, if the thing that you're doing 7 days a week is something that you're passionate about and that you love, then what difference does it make? If you're having fun working, then you don't need to work to have fun. And I think ultimately that's the goal. Even though it was only sort of a day off, it was more like a working vacation. Yeah, working remotely from the beach and
remote locations.
From different remote locations. So it was a day off and her 17th consecutive day working. So overall, I would say success.